Anderson, South Carolina is a town of about 20,000 people up near the northwest corner of that triangular state. Looking at the streets, the historical buildings, the town hall, it seems familiar to me somehow, almost Midwestern in its ordinariness. Then, the 38-foot tall monument opposite the county courthouse comes into focus, the one honoring, quote unquote, our Confederate dead. And the plaque beneath it that reads, "The world shall yet decide in truth's clear far-off light that the soldiers who wore the gray and died with Lee were in the right." And you know what? I'm not going to fetishize this place. Maybe that's all in the past and it's a nice welcoming little town now. But if you're not going to put a big asterisk next to that sign, or better yet, bulldoze the fucker entirely, I'm assuming you still sign on to that sentiment. So as far as I'm concerned, Anderson can fuck off straight to hell, along with anybody flying the stars and bars on their camouflage-wrapped Ford F-250, along with federal agents who refuse to identify themselves while terrorizing poor black and brown families, along with their windy, sundowning clownfish of a cult leader. But it was in Anderson where, back in the 1990s, a simple little sandwich called the Carolina Bird Dog was invented. South Carolina lore has it that the sandwich was first served by a diner called Daddy Rabbit's, not too far from downtown Anderson. Anderson old-timers will add that it's where the Schlotzky's is now. And the bird dog has been described as chicken tenders dressed up like a hot dog, which originally gave me the impression that it was a chicken tender in a hot dog bun, dressed Carolina style, with yellow mustard, diced onion, beanless chili, and coleslaw. That's not it. But, that's pretty good too. My friend Jonathan wrote about Carolina bird dogs on his sandwich blog, Bounded by Buns, a few years ago, and he had the recipe right. A bird dog consists of a chicken strip in a hot dog bun, topped by cheddar cheese, honey mustard, and bacon, and that's it. No chili, no coleslaw, no onions. You could probably make them with store-bought chicken strips that you reheat in the oven. Some recipes even call for bacon bits. Part of me wants to tell you don't use bacon bits. Cook up some real bacon in a sheet pan like a grown-ass adult. But, honestly, this isn't the French Laundry. Just go ahead and use bacon bits if you like them, or if you can't summon the give-a-shit to put in more of an effort than that. I'm not here to judge. I used good, thick-cut bacon, probably overkill for this sandwich, and I made my own chicken strips, brining them in a mixture of buttermilk and Louisiana hot sauce for several hours, then breading them with flour seasoned with salt, white pepper, black pepper, paprika, cayenne, onion powder, and garlic powder, and an egg wash, also containing Louisiana hot sauce. I fried the strips in peanut oil until they were crisp and cooked through, and then there's really not much to it. To a standard hot dog bun, add one chicken strip. Now, some restaurants will offer double or triple bird dogs, apparently, but even a single chicken strip fully inhabits a hot dog bun, at least to my eyes. Next comes the cheese, and while I suppose you could use slices of cheese, most of the recipes I've seen call for shredded cheddar, and don't even bother melting it any more than the residual heat of the chicken strip will do on its own. Honey mustard should come next, I think, to help the chopped up pieces of bacon stick in place once they're added. And then the bacon. Full strips of bacon that I've cut up into rough 3/4 inch squares. And as you might imagine, this is good. Even haphazardly thrown together like these were. Even with loose, irregular pieces of bacon and discrete shreds of barely warmed cheese. Chicken and bacon is an age-old combination, the cornerstone of the classic club sandwich, a salty, smoky, and crisp 1-2 combo. Their savory flavors boosted here by the strands of sharp cheddar cheese. That big, mouth-filling umami is here punctuated by the sweet and pungent honey mustard. And I recommend using a little bit more than you think you're going to need, with the cheap store-bought hot dog bun essentially serving merely as a vehicle for delivering the good flavors to your mouth. Kind of like a 1976 Plymouth Volare station wagon pulling up to a red carpet event with a cast of Jumanji on board. Better, though, more composed and balanced, is this rendition, with the bun, chicken, and cheese placed into the oven for a few minutes to melt the cheese and provide some texture to the bun's crust before finishing the sandwich with a generous bead of honey mustard and a solid strip of bacon. This version of the sandwich holds together better, the melted cheese incorporated more fully into the chicken and bun, as well as more aesthetically pleasing. That solid strip of bacon might be better tucked into the side and glued in place by the cheese as well, but I like the look of it right there on top, a signpost telling the eater that good things are in store for them. I don't have a lot to say about this sandwich. It's easy enough to put together, and it's tasty enough that you'll be glad you did. Just, try and ignore where it came from.